Morning, everybody. So it has finally started raining in Georgia. Once it starts, it usually goes on for a little while as we begin hurricane season. So you kind of have to go outside whenever you can. Somebody the other day was asking me to do a video of the garden. So, and it is a jungle, guys. So fair warning. But this is one of our apple trees that was already here. So I want to talk about it for a second. And we had to trim it way back because it was really unhealthy, and it seems to be bouncing back pretty well. But I don't know a lot about apple trees. So let's go into the jungle here. I've got this loofah gourd plant that I got here from my friend Marissa. And they grow really big, and it's taking over this whole corner of the garden, as you can see. And we have to weed the garden like crazy right now, but it's hot and it rains, and then it's hot and then it rains, and so it's tough. But this guy's going crazy. It has taken over. It's trying to come out even farther. I keep having to wrap itself to itself. But look at these things, man. Look how big this thing is. It looks like a giant zucchini is what it looks like. But you cut it up and dry it, and you use it as a loofah in the shower and in the bath. And so it's really neat. I'm excited to play with it. Yeah, it's definitely a vining plant, so make sure it's got lots of stuff to climb on. We've got a little Thai basil here that one of my foraging class students donated to the farm, and it's doing good. Got some hidden rosemary plants here in the weeds. There's one. This is tomato overflow. Those are tomatoes that I pulled out of the other giant tomato bed when we planted the slices of tomatoes. So yeah, we've got a few extra tomatoes here. They've been getting knocked over by the storm, so I keep propping them back up. The pumpkins back there, we'll go around there in a minute, but the pumpkins back there are creeping into the actual garden, so I'm like wrapping it around. I'm gonna send it back out. I don't know what else to do. This is my first year growing pumpkins, so it's all experiments. I've got a few Brussels sprouts trying to make it through the weeds here. A couple of ginger plants right there, trying to hold on. Got one garlic that made it. Got some more overflow tomatoes, and you see the morning glories right there with the heart-shaped leaves. Those are starting to creep in too, so I've got to rip all those out because they'll choke out all the plants. I guess I'll stay on this side. Okay, so overflow tomatoes again. These are some of the 16 bean blend that we planted that are still hanging on. They keep kind of trying to die, and then they come back to life, so I'm going to let them do their thing as long as they want to. More pumpkins creeping in. This is the old bean and pea bed, and we've got a couple of beans still holding on there. And I just put some more bell peppers and a couple more tomatoes because we didn't have enough tomatoes. But everybody at the markets wants tomatoes, so I'm going to keep planting them, I think. This is the tomato jungle. And you see we got some we need to pick like right now. Tomato jungle. It's way taller than me, which doesn't say much, I know, but it's pretty impressive. Over 5 foot tall. We planted way too many, but I'm letting the ones live that want to live, and they're producing tomatoes, man. So I'm going to let them do their thing. We have a few reaching spots we've had to, cut in so we can reach. And the middle is still hard to reach, but tomato jungle there, guys. Holy cow. These are collard greens. They are struggling too. The caterpillars are trying to get them, but the farm animals don't mind. We just throw them right in there, and they like the bugs and the greens. So we're going to let them keep going. That's some that have gone to seed, and I need to come pick those. This is our compost heap. We just dump all of our veggie scraps, eggshells, coffee grounds, and we're going to add some soil soon. So hopefully that'll break down faster and be ready for next year. We've got morning glories continuing to try to take over. That's on my rose bush, so I need to get those off of there. That's my bee balm that went to flower, so I'm letting it hopefully reseed, and not really sure. This is a plum tree that popped up this year in the garden, so I'm going to let it. So we'll have some plums right here in the garden. We've got some bell peppers. I finally weeded this a little bit yesterday in between the rainstorms. So there's a few peppers growing on there. Hi, butterfly. Around here in the dense jungle, I've got an olive tree that I stuck in the ground right here. It's doing okay. This is my mimosa tree that I dug up and repotted. I'm trying to figure out where I'm going to put it, somewhere back there. Okay, so let's go around here. Got the bee waterer, bee bath. More roses. This is our strawberry patch. It's starting to fill in. I need to weed it a little bit too, but it's starting to grow and reach, and so we'll have some real good strawberries next year, hopefully. Got more bell peppers and jalapenos. And a few there. Jalapenos, we're struggling, but they're starting to come back. I need to come pick some. There's a whole bunch in there. So peppers are doing really good. These are a few of my tree seedlings, apple trees and such. It's my passion flower that the caterpillars ate. You got oregano that I just trimmed. Giant lemongrasses. Probably need to cut those back. And then I need to weed my chocolate peppermint patch a little bit. But I just harvested a bunch of her too. Garden jungle. Sorry, mix those words up. So let's go look at the pumpkins real quick. We got the sorghum that we still need to pick. That was a bunny. I saw you. Get out of my garden. Pumpkin patch. So, yes, there's grass and weeds everywhere. This is actually loofah gourd. Wow, sorry. They look similar. So loofah gourd's trying to come out here too. It's going to blend in with the pumpkins apparently. Pumpkin patch. We've got giant pumpkin. Look at that guy. He's starting to turn orange. This guy. Oh man. There's a few. There's one. And yeah, they're growing all into the garden, so we're just going to let it do its thing. Crazy stuff. Well, that's most of the garden, guys. You guys have a great day.